Welcome back to Fairy Tale Anime Review, episode number 40. Yeah, it's something though I have this series hit episode 40. It is by far the third series I actually have to actually get this far. The first one was Boruto, the second one was One Piece, and now this is officially the third anime review series I have actually reached episode 40. I think like the next one that might be close is I think it might be JoJo. Yeah, I think JoJo might be. Actually, no. I think JoJo's already hit basically episode. I think it's getting. I think next. I think this coming Friday, it will hit episode 40, but it won't last much longer. It will actually be finished before this one will. Yeah, this is a review of the 308th chapter of the anime episode of the anime, the strongest demon of the book of Zeref, adapting chapters 501 to 503. Effectively, as of this episode, there's exactly 41 chapters left to go. Though, when I looked up basically future episodes, like the episode that aired in the sub, which got to episode 511, yeah, for some reason, I'm not sure why this is, yeah, for the next few episodes, they're actually decreasing the number of chapters. I don't know why, but my guess is the reason why because there's not many episodes left. No, this is only like episode 33. Yeah. Yeah, it's only like the 33rd episode of this season. So, there's only about 17 episodes to go. And for what I've heard that, well, the season's going to go up to like chapter. Well, I've heard this particular arc is going to end. This is according to Todd Heppercorn. It's going to end with episode 327. That means it's like roughly 19 episodes. So you're probably thinking, yeah, 19 episodes. So this is, of course, according to Todd Heppercorn. Yeah, but some of the episodes not officially aired yet. There's about two different things going in this episode. I'd say about three. Well, let's talk about the stuff going Mavis first. Yes, Mavis tricks Irina that Zeref wants to speak to her. And basically she casts illusion magic and Zeref basically sees right through it because of how well he knows Mavis. Yeah, and they have basically a secret together. Yeah, it's stated by both the Winter General and Irina that Zeref may have actually slept with her. Yeah. Because they referred to her as a former lover of his, but it's never really delved into very much at all. I don't think it's ever delved into their relationship that much, aside from the fact that he taught her magic, and the fact that he made out with her once, the entire time she was originally alive. Yep, she gets away, somehow. She's able to scale down this mountain, and she runs into mist. And then next time we see them, they're basically dealing with the whole thing that ties into what goes on with Ganjo. Yeah, Ganjo shows up after the past few episodes. He's reunited first with Jet and Droy, saving them from much of our soldiers. Of course, Droy himself basically collapsed, and he's pretty much out of energy. So I think he's like very massively overweight. And then all of a sudden, Panther Lily shows up completely out of nowhere, and then Levy shows up, sort of kicks him, and then basically sits on him. In a very sexual position. Yeah, sits basically on top of his groin. And, yeah, of course, Ganjo himself is shirtless, and of course, Levy's probably loving it. Because Levy's in love with him. It's implied that Ganjo's in love with her too. I mean, why not? Ganjo, you have a smoking hot woman who's in love with you. Go for it. Yeah, and it's implied that I know that in the current series, it's implied that Levy is pregnant with Ganjo's child. Yep. But that's a story for another time. Yeah. And, yeah, besides from that, BM Soldiers, not much to that one. And, of course, the whole thing with when they had Zarina show up. Yeah, her little subplot is wrapped up in this episode. She reunites with Mavis via a mind read, and then she just disappears, and that's the last I see of her. She, of course, never returns after this. I don't think she's even mentioned in the series after this at all. Because she's mentioned she had like 100 years prior to basically present day. So, yeah. Fine. And, Then we move on to what goes on with Natsu, Lucy, and Brandish. And of course, they don't like the fact that she wants to kill all the guildmates. Of course, it's later she doesn't want to kill anybody. And of course, she wants to start a fight with them. And she basically reawakens something in Natsu. This, of course, is explained at the end of the episode what the heck this is. And of course, Lucy and Brandius start a fight. Brandius takes off her coat and her chain necklace. I get take off her coat basically for combat, but why take out the necklace with the chains on it? It's probably to unlock some secret power. In case you're wondering, does she go giant size for this particular battle? Nope, but she does shrink Lucy. Of course, Lucy goes from her Tauros dress, goes from there to the Aquarius dress, because she says that was actually the last one she went to. She also had, first she went to Scorpion, and then Cancer, and eventually to Aquarius. And of course, Scorpion said, "Hey, that's a gift from my girlfriend." Despite the fact that it was implied the last time that he showed up, it was implied that he may be cheating on her. A plot thread that went nowhere. Yeah, because it was asked by when Lucy was talking to Aquarius about this, like he seemed very nervous, and of course Aquarius later explains because she overheard him talking to the women. Yeah, and of course I pointed out that when I mentioned the episode that, dude, you have a smoking hot mermaid girlfriend. Why are you cheating on? Why do you imply you're cheating on her? We're talking with other women. Maybe he's bragging about her. Who knows? Of course, he doesn't really want to talk to him about it because he's so shy around him. Yeah. Too bad this is one relationship that I personally would love to see development of, but the writer himself didn't give a damn about this one. He basically progresses his relationship very slowly. The only relationship I can tell he actually gave a damn about was Ganju and Levi. Yeah. Though it's been confirmed by him that he does like the shipping of Natsu and Lucy, and of course of Gray and Juvia. He does like these two as a couple. These four as couples. Yep. Of course, Wendy, of course, she doesn't have a boyfriend per se, but it's implied Romeo may have a thing for her. But who knows? Yeah, then, of course, after Lucy's great battle, I got hands to the anime. Fantastic job with this battle sequence. It's very well done. And of course, when she's in Cancer form, when she's in Scorpion form, she gets shrunk. And of course, when it goes to Cancer, then of course she goes to Aquarius. And then the battle is stopped by Demoria, who uses her little cheap thing like this. Just do that and able to basically she's able to stab Brainish in the belly. Yeah, right in her, I think it's her right side she stabs her in. And then she takes Natsu, Lucy, and Happy to some secluded basement where she apparently took the time to find basically steel handcuffs, puts her and Natsu in them, and then, like, she does the whole thing. She wakes up, and apparently Demora takes time to strip her of her top. Yeah, in case you're wondering, she has a fetish for doing this, stripping women of their clothing. Yeah, first she did with Kagura, then she did with Sherry, though she never actually did finish with Sherry. No, Kagura, she stripped her almost complete to her underwear. For Sherry, she just shredded her top, and she's about the same thing to her skirt, though she was stopped by Wendy. But yeah, though Lucy remains topless for the rest of the episode after this, and of course, and basically her breasts are actually censored. First by Demoria's knee, when she jumps on top of her, basically kind of sits on her, kind of basically sort of frog sits on her lap, and unlike in the manga, basically she's already like on top, and she basically ripped it off her. Here it's just snap, and the thing is like already off, and apparently removing her top takes off that little mark on her, like the top portion of her chest, and she basically still has the same line, "Oh, you pervert." Yeah, get that back, you pervert. Yeah, then of course then she's basically gets near her again, takes out this strange leaf-shaped knife, and she's about to stab her in the eye, and then Lucy blacks out, wakes up. Demoris basically looks like that her outfit's been burned, like part of her chest, like she saw some cleavage, part of her belly, most of her leg. Yeah, and she's like heavily wounded. Yeah, apparently what happened is that Natsu, when Brainish restored what was inside Natsu, it basically made him END. Yeah, it's confirmed by the end of the episode he's END. where he went freaking nuts. He knocks out Brandy. He basically devastates Amora. Somebody gets into her world somehow. And what goes on Brandish? Well, Grandina, the human version of her, who in the dub is actually voiced by, if I remember correctly, she's voiced by the actress who voices Frieza from DBZ. Yeah, it's the same person. And Evergreen shows up here, and she has no lines. Now, in the manga, she's got lines. I'm not really sure of why they cut out all of Evergreen's lines. Yeah, it's bizarre though. You have Evergreen there, and you don't have anything for her to say. The only thing she does is carry on Brandish. That's all she does this whole episode. Yeah, and she's able to basically put her coat back on her, but not her necklace with the chains on it. Yeah, I'm not really sure of why they put that back on. It's particularly very bizarre. And then, of course, you have Natsu in his END form, all covered in flames, like, plays basically of soldiers, and he's like, "Where's Zeref?" I'm sure Todd Epiccorn basically trying to find some way to give him a very scary voice, and that's a slight impersonation of it, and I gotta hand it to Todd Epiccorn. That's actually not the way he did in the anime. It's actually not that bad. Though some people might think it might sound terrible, but I don't have a problem with it at all. And then, of course, he's like, and he sees the Fairy Tail Guildhall, and then in the end of the episode, he's confronted by Gray. And next week is going to start their brawl. Yes, Natsu versus Gray next week. Yep, and I'm looking forward to that. This overall was a pretty good episode. Oh, there was also, I forgot to mention this, when they have Grandina, Evergreen, and Brandish find Lucy. That's also this a really fun moment. Basically, Happy for the second time in the series, though, believe it or not, it actually has been a good, 8 episodes since Happy has done this. Happy acting like a censor for Lucy's breast. But at least Happy is not hiding her whole naked body this time. Though Happy spends a good period of time basically lying on top of her chest. Yeah, and of course, Brandi's probably like, "You want to go out look like that?" And it's a funny moment, but it's Fairy Tail. They're known for these funny moments all the time. It's a minor gag that stuff like this is actually funny, and I do find this funny. Yeah. I'm trying to think, though. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. Yeah, for some reason now I should point out that Urza. Now a lot of the characters for this final arc of this series don't appear in a lot of the chapters. Like, if you look at Urza, has not appeared in. I think if I remember correctly, she did not appear in last week's episode. She has appeared in about 2 or 3 episodes, but I'm sure Colin Clickybeard is probably one of the, where is my character? It's kind of the same thing with Ace Attorney when her character from that series is missing for a lot of episodes. Though in the case of Avatar, she's actually there for at least for a few episodes. Here, she's here for a good chunk. And once it gets the whole war stuff, then she's not seen very much at all. Yeah. But I do think that, well, from what I can tell from next week's teaser for next week, that she is going to make an appearance. And hopefully they're going to soon get to her fighting her mother. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when they do that. Yeah, but otherwise though, that's really it for this particular review. I have one more video I'm going to do. I'm going to read the chapters first. Read the new chapters for news chapters released for Black Butler. About frickin' time these chapters are released. At least when the site I uploaded from. Basically I've gone to a different site to find these chapters. Basically, I kept checking like almost every day for these new chapters, and finally they're released. Yep, we get our thoughts on those soon, okay? Do this next few. Bye.